Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can fix battery drain issues on your Motorola Moto G86 Power. If you're having battery drain issues, the first thing you may want to check would be in settings. Here, scroll down to battery and look at your battery health and battery info. If your battery health is low, then it might be actually just the normal rate at which your battery is discharging now, as lower battery health means lower battery capacity. And with lower battery capacity, of course, the normal discharging rate will appear much faster. Another thing you may want to look at is if your adaptive battery is turned on, which should limit battery for apps that you don't use often, which might help prevent quick discharging. Now, related to battery health, I would recommend turning on overcharge protection, which should greatly increase your battery's long-term lifespan, or turning on optimized charging if you charge your phone on a very regular schedule. If you're having problems with battery drain though, you could go into Manage Background Apps and go into any given app and make sure that, for example, if you don't want some app constantly running in the background, you could make it so it's not allowed to run in the background. Though that may interfere with its functions, especially if it's supposed to be giving you notifications while it's in the background. Another thing you would look at is, of course, into battery usage to see if maybe it shows some app that could be consuming a lot of power. You could, of course, choose to show system apps by tapping on the three dots and show system apps to see if maybe some system app is consuming a lot of power. Another thing you could do to decrease the amount of power your phone could be consuming would be to turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, especially when you're not using them, turning off mobile data if you have it, as well as just turning off any unnecessary things like NFC or potentially even location services if you have them turned on. If you can't find them here, you could look into this pencil icon and see if maybe it's not here. As you can see, it wasn't shown. You can just hold and drag it into here, put it where you want it. Look for the other things too, but we don't need them for now. And just turn off your location services, which should increase your battery's lifespan. Now, another thing you could look at is, of course, turning on dark mode, which you can do in display settings, and making sure dark mode is turned on. In this way, your phone will be using a lot less power, as this phone does have an OLED display, which means if something is darker or black, as you can see on the screen right now, it will not turn on those pixels or turn them on less, and as such consume less power. See, if it's turned off, everything is white, meaning all of those pixels are turned on and shining as bright as you have your brightness set. But with dark theme, a lot less of them are turned on, as you can see. Now, of course, if you're using mobile data, you may want to consider looking if you have your hotspot turned on, as if your hotspot is accidentally turned on, it could be consuming quite a lot of power too. Outside of these things, if you have an animated wallpaper, it could also be an issue, so you may want to look into changing it. Tap and hold on the main screen and go to wallpapers to try and change it into something that is not animated. Outside of all these things, you could also just simply decrease your phone's brightness or turn on or off automatic brightness, or adaptive brightness as they call it, as in cases you are in bright places it might automatically turn your brightness up, which you may not necessarily want, but it would decrease it once you get out of the bright area. You could also consider changing display refresh rate to be the efficiency first option, which will hopefully decrease your battery's power consumption, as turning hyper smooth would consume quite a bit more power. But smart and balanced should be good enough for normal usage. You may also want to consider changing timeout settings, as well as screensaver. Well, this one doesn't actually matter, but you could just set it to whatever you want. And that's pretty much it. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing, leave a like and a comment down below.